officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Don't let it free. Play that time deep. Don't let it free, defense.
They're going to look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Looking to throw. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when, and he told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up some.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
But nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Show some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
The Lions into the red zone for the first time. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Now back to throw. toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and now it's second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Second and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Back to throw here. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Carlson able to put this one through, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
All day, every day. Hey, Haywood. Yep. That's a good.
They'll drop the throw. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
First down, Broncos.
We go. 50, plant. Back. Go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. A screen to Bell. Able to corral him right at the midfield stripe following that sparkling display of footwork we saw. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
At the 50-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more that came from.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
No. Off. Check 31. Check 31. Hey! Chopper! Shoot!
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flushed from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Come on, man. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll set up a throw. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
At the 43-yard line.
Ready. 91. Record. Check. Fresno. 80 weapons.
Yeah, check. Hey, Mike. Hey, no. Let's switch the mic right here. We go Mike 40.
Go. Check. Right on.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They shakes him off. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Randy Gregory in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
It's 2nd down.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. They're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Hey, echo. Mike 42. Check. Mike 42.
No gain on this defense. No gain. 49. Check 49.
Now. Under press. X3. 2 hit.
They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off near the 44. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Here we go. It's set. Look at Pittsburgh. Here we go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. That's complete right around the 8. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Back to throw. This is caught. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there.
On the ready. 41 Mike. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. He'll drop to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. 2 incompletions haven't moved them any closer, and likely throwing again, you'd have to think on 3rd and goal here.
They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Check it backer, check it backer.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The kick by Carlson is good, and that'll move them back within 6 now. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Recon, 132,
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot.
He's got daylight. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So they tie it on the last play of the second quarter. Now the PAT will give them the lead.
Yeah, and how about that extra little jolt that they'll feel when the ball goes through the post? Carry that to the locker room with them and feel like, okay, we've got something good going here now, guys.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Trey Madden, his first touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
I'm glad we were paying attention during the rules seminar because we learned the only time you can't advance a fumble like that is in the last 2 minutes of either half.
Right. Other than that, if that ball's out, whether forward or backwards, it's live and free for anybody.
No doubt about it. When you say free, that means he's got free reign to pick it up and go. That's exactly what happened there. Took it in for a touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Second turn, defense. Second turn. Alpha. Go. Defense.
2nd and 14. Big loss here as he's taken down. Trey Flowers able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
That's taken it around the 40. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
6 man. Check girls, check 3.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Darius Slay with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll run it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They'll look to throw here. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Von Miller able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Rush in. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 26-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. catch is made by Hawkinson, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The Lions on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw. He's going to go up top for the end. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. He's then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's a 2nd and 7. He completes this to Sutton. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Hey, Charlie.
Mike 4-2. Mike 4-2.
Look at me. Zip it down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
He's coming.
Stand.
He's coming. Double up. Hey, switch gears. Shift.
Go. Pilot, 64, shoot.
Back to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield.
42. Hey, dude.
Mike 42.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll find Lindsey here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game. Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. He'll look to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Yep.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
And I think we'll probably see them go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Check 25.
Switch.
Be careful.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6. Hey! Hurry. Get ready.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Now! Motion to the backfield. Motion to the backfield. Mike 51. Mike 51. Target. Let's go.
They'll set up a throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking to go back to Sutton there, but it's going to be 2nd down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. 2nd and 10. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
61, matchbox lights. Hey, high 7.
Oh, yeah. And here we go again. 42's mark. Let's pick it up. It's our time, guys.
Hey, wahoo. Let's go.
Now back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll drop the throw. He's going to look deep down the field. He's got a man complete. And he takes this one in for a